Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about what we call lifestyle or prosaic entrepreneurs. This is another one of my favorite forms of entrepreneurship, and this is the one that I encourage my students to really get involved in. Lifestyle or prosaic entrepreneurship is a kind of entrepreneurship where you've got a day job, but you've got this thing on the side. You've got some sort of a side hustle. Now, the side hustle outcome is the same between lifestyle and prosaic, but the reasons behind it are quite different. Okay? So let me give an example of lifestyle entrepreneurship. Lifestyle entrepreneurship means you've got some sort of a hobby or activity that you really enjoy, and you found some way to monetize it. Okay? When I was in, high school, I had a neighbor down the street named Mark. Mark was, I want to say, a middle school science teacher, but his hobby was making birdhouses. He found it a very cathartic activity. He would just, carve away the wood and make the birdhouse. And the problem is, he kind of had a small yard, and you can only make so many birdhouses for your yard, right? And so he just started putting them in the garage. And it was like he could make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birdhouses every weekend. He was like a really good wood carver. And there came a part where his wife said, "Mark, these birdhouses have to go. Like, they're everywhere." And so what he would do is when he would go to like a dinner party or meet friends, instead of bringing a bottle of wine, he would bring a birdhouse. And people really like the birdhouses. They're pretty, they're artistic. And people started saying, "Well, Mark, do you actually sell these? I'd like to get some more." Well, he hadn't thought about selling them, and he wasn't comfortable with the idea at first. But he had like 3 or 4 years left working as a high school or middle school science teacher. He said, "Well, maybe I'll sell one here and there." And people really liked them. It really took off. And so what Mark eventually wound up doing is selling his house, moving out into the suburbs. He bought a couple of like those aircraft hangars, like those metal storage buildings, and he started hiring 4 or 5 people, and that's all he does. Is his hobby is making birdhouses and selling them. He's got one person that paints the birdhouses, and he's got kind of a light assembly line set up, but those are handmade birdhouses. And so Mark is making a living doing something that he would have been doing for free. That's lifestyle. Prosaic is one that builds upon gaps in routines. Okay? This is not so much hobby-based entrepreneurship, but it's saying, like, let's say you've got a day job as a faculty member, like me, and my knowledge of research and databases and that kind of stuff makes me an attractive candidate to work for policy consulting, for research, for working with entrepreneurs on the side. So I have gaps in my own work. And so what do? I do this policy consulting, I work with entrepreneurs, and then I can use some of that data with their permission and use that to make research, which then helps me with my day job as a faculty member. So it's gaps or spaces in my professional routines that allow me to have a side hustle. Now, if I were a multi-millionaire YouTube creator, I could also say that I'm a prosaic entrepreneur because of this YouTube channel, right? Because I make these videos for you all, my students, but it has turned into the fact that students all over the world, as well as students of life, students who are out of school, also seem to enjoy these videos. And so this is an example of prosaic entrepreneurship. I would argue that if I was making money off of these videos, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and give me a like so I can start making money on this channel. But I'd argue if I was making money on the channel and simultaneously helping my students achieve better educational outcomes, this would be another example of prosaic entrepreneurship. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And if you have any examples from lifestyle or prosaic entrepreneurship in your own experience, post them in the comments below. Hope you've enjoyed this series of videos, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one.